Nicola, how did you die? Oh my god.
Hey guys, welcome to my couch again. So it's finally time to talk about the Druid things. Yay! I interviewed Bob. His name in the guild is Shufuriel. It's really hard to pronounce. And Nashea, or his Druid's name is Mistelf. And by the way, Bob's the one who makes the music for my vlog things, and the one who doesn't like me removing seeds from chilies. Bob's a resto druid, and he was really stoked about most everything that's going to happen in the change now, except one really, very sad thing. They're taking away your tree form. The Tree of Life. Instead they might make it some kind of proc or cooldown or something that might pop you into a Tree of Life. And Blizz's response to it was that it wasn't really fair that the druids has to be in the tree form all the time and you don't get to see their gear, or that they're a night elf or a tauren or something. Bob's really bummed about it because, come on, the tree does, I'm sorry, but hands down the best dance in the game. You know, the tree doing the twist. Anyways, the rest of the changes are all really, really cool. You guys are going to get an AoE kind of healing effect. Hot scale healing, so your hots will heal for more. The less the amount of health the targets have, the more your heals over time are going to heal that target, which is a pretty cool thing. And if you hit critically with your regrowth, it'll have a chance to do an AoE heal to the people around them, which is awesome because you know how the chamois have that, and the priests have an AoE heal, so finally an AoE heal for druids, which is really cool. Your hots will benefit from crit and haste, and then single target hots will be healing for more amounts, and it looks like, all the hots are going to be able to crit, which is fantastic, so that's a lot more healing done, so even more imbinus for the druid healers. All classes are getting magic mushrooms, and it's going to be specialty for the boomkins will be able to have a talent to increase the ability a lot more, and the magic mushrooms look pretty cool. It's going to look something like a trap or something where you can put it down and then trigger it, or else mobs will trigger it, depends on how you want to play it, and it'll do an AoE damaging ability. But just how cool, you get something called magic mushrooms. And our tank bear that I interviewed, Mistelf, he was pretty satisfied with everything that was coming up, but a little bit skeptical, kind of just need to wait and see how it is to play with it live. And the magic mushrooms, he thought that would be a cool ability for tanks even to use for doing some pulls, instead of throwing fairy fire or something, that you could be using magic mushrooms for pulling a big pack of mobs or something like that. We'll just see how it works to play with it. The tanks are going to get a new thing called Thrash, and it's going to be an additional kind of a swipe thing for AoE mobs. Druids are all, with the swipe, are generally pretty good with tanking quite a lot of mobs, but since, Pallies and DKs have some more AoE threat abilities that helps them hold aggro for bigger groups, and druids only have the swipe, so they kind of we're becoming more of just tanking single targets a bit more than, choosing Pallies and DK tanks if you're going to have large groups you need to tank. So Nash was pretty excited about the Thrash thing, that's going to look like it's going to up the druid tanking abilities a bit more and put them more on a higher level with being able to tank AoE or large packs, so that was cool. You're also going to be getting something called Stampeding Roar, which Nash was super excited about, and that's going to let you do a roar, and it's going to affect all party members within 10 yards and increase their movement speed for 40% for 8 seconds, I think it was. And an example on how that would be a really awesome thing, for example, the Blood Prince Council, when the Empowered Shockwave, for example, that all the melees need to run out as fast as possible. You need to be 10 yards away from everybody else, or you just, do damage and blow each other up. So that would be an awesome ability if Nash had that, so that he could do his roar. And then melee's got a 40% speed increase for 8 seconds, so it just helps them kind of scatter a bit more, less chance that people are going to get hit and people are going to die. So that's a really cool ability that the tanks are going to get. Yeah, Nash and I were having a little talk about this one because we really weren't sure how it was worded. It says, Vengeance will give the tank a stacking debuff equal to 5% of the damage done, up to 10% of the unbuffed health. And Mistelf, or Nashea, or Nash, I keep calling him, him unbuffed has 60,000 health points. And I'm like, up to 10% of his unbuffed health, that would give him a 6,000 attack power buff, which, like, that sounds way overpowered and a bit too much, so would like to wait for a little bit more information on how that's going to be, but yeah, so whenever a tank gets hit, it has a chance that it will proc this vengeance thing, and you'll get this huge attack power buff, which would definitely help you in holding aggro. But if tanks all of a sudden get like a 6k attack power buff, like, holy crap, that seems a bit overpowered. We'll having to start having like tanks topping damage meters soon, but we'll see. It was worded a little strangely, and I'm kind of waiting for some more blue posts to come out and see the Druid forums and see what they have to say about that. Kitty cats, you're gonna be able to attack from any angle now, but it's probably mostly like a PvP based skill they're giving you guys, because obviously for PvE with mobs you generally want to attack from behind anyways, because if the boss does any kind of frontal damage or cleaves or something like that. But great, more cats can chew on me in Battlegrounds if you don't have to attack from behind anymore. So, oh yeah, and bears and cats, you guys are going to get a kick ability, which is really cool. That's going to be really useful for tanks. They don't have to depend on rogues for doing interrupts on bosses. They can actually have their own interrupts kicks that they can do on bosses. All in all, that was like both our tree and our bear were pretty happy with all the changes that were coming up. Next on the list, we've got priests coming up and pallies. Rogues, it's going to be another day or two before I get you all done, and then shamans. If everybody wants to type on my thing and say Pandemonium, do your interview with Z, maybe he'll get it done because he's been slacking. Alright, thanks for watching, and all the links for the class changes for the druids is going to be in the action bar thingy below. I guess it's not an action bar. You should call it an action bar because you can click on it. Alright, see ya.